All right, welcome back to Starbound. This has been a long time since I've played this game, and there's been, I think, a couple updates, and I'm here with
Marcus Aurelius.
Marcus Aurelius. Yes, anyway, he's been kind enough to help me get situated with some new armor and let's see, and a fancy laser beam weapon, and he's taken me to some toxic planets that I've been getting killed because I haven't progressed very far in the story mission. And so what we're going to try to do today is we're in orbit around a forest planet, which is one of the few planets I'm still safely able to go to. And we're going to try to progress my story mission. So if any of you have ever seen this before, I don't know if you've done multiplayer story missions or not, but we're going to kind of give it a shot. And we're doing something very simple, just explore the planet. And I'm going to open my quest log here. And if you see here, my quest from Esther now is, now that you're familiar with scanning, we need to start finding these artifacts, dear. Yes, the Florin one first. Their colonies will contain vital clues to its whereabouts. Florin live all over nowadays, but still prefer dense forest vegetation of planets found around gentle stars. Good luck, dear, and thank you. So, we're just going to go explore this planet and see if we can find some Florins. And yeah, just keep it simple, stupid. That's the KISS principle.
And you are Wadestar, by the way, for my viewers who don't know that,
yes.
maybe.
Yes, my character name is Justin Bailey because I like Metroid.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that, because your avatar is always a woman who looks like a roller skater or a roller derby player with green hair, and I'm just like, who is that?
It's Samus Aran's alter ego.
Oh, all right. All right, so all we have to do is beam down to the planet. It should be completely safe. Well, I mean, not completely, but you shouldn't die just from being there.
All right, beam down to current orbited. There we go. Hiya. Okay.
All right. So my role will be to just murder everything, and you're going to just loot everything that you can.
Let's see. Oh, are these Florins already?
No, that's a Hyalotl.
Okay. I was like, the Florins are vegetable creatures.
Yeah.
They're the man-eating vegetables. That's what I love about this game.
Except they're, like, crazy happy. Like, every time you see them, they're always jumping around, smiling, getting really excited about everything. It's like, I don't think I've ever seen that particular monster before. Seen that one, though. Hate those ones.
I, hate all of the monsters. They always give me a bad day. Ooh,
oh, there's a thing you could loot. If you let me take the lead, I'll just clean everything out.
Okay. Grabbing some food, too. Hooey.
So, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who aren't familiar with the game, the campaign mode, what it does is it kind of wants to teach you how to play the game. So it has you...
These guys look like...
Yeah, it has you, first of all, scan a bunch of items from a particular race's... You might want to take the stuff from these boxes. From a particular race's settlements on planets. And once you've done it enough, then they send you on a specific mission that's scripted that has to do with that particular race. And by race,
it's even better than... Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, by race, I mean species.
Yeah, that's one thing about these sci-fi games that always bugs me is they call things races, but it's like we're not genetically viable. Like, we're species. Yeah, species.
Well, what's interesting though is we refer to ourselves, right, as the human race.
Yeah, but that's back from the old days when we didn't have the theory of species and stuff. Oh God.
He was hiding inside the... Okay, we found some frogs. They're not necessarily
I love these guys.
Here, you could take all the stuff. I got plenty of...
Oh, wow, tons of blueprints. Ah, dang it. I got a little lag on my end, it looks like. Hazmat shirt. Well, that cool. Sounds very appropriate.
Wow, I'm just destroying everything on this planet. I'm so used to more dangerous planets. So
Lagoon head mask.
Wadestar. So I'm Marcus Aurelius, and that makes intrinsic sense because Marcus Aurelius was a Roman emperor, and I chose him in particular because he's one of the good ones. He was known as a kind of wise, kind of philosopher emperor. But maybe I don't get the reference, but Wadestar, Captain Wadestar, where does that come from?
Yeah, that was just back. My YouTube channel was originally Justin Bailey, and it made no sense to anybody, so I needed a new name. And so I kept talking to one of my friends from college, and was like, I have no idea what to name. Like, I have no idea about YouTube branding or anything like that. And so I was like, I just need a name. And I was like, no, you had a good name for your like in college when we would play multiplayer games, we'd all have a handle, and it was like, because his name was like Bishop Nelson, and I was like, that would work. I was like, that would be a fine name for somebody on YouTube. And he's like, well, what? And he's like, well, what's wrong with Wadestar? Because that's what I used to go by. And I was like, well, all right. And actually, my friend who gave me that name too, like, was originally my spaceship name. Like, I was talking to a friend of mine who I was working with. I was like, I had a spaceship named the Righteous Indignation, and I was talking to my coworker, and I was like, yeah, and I bought a new spaceship. I need a new name for it, and I go by the name Wade. And so she just like kind of tongue-in-cheek said, well, why don't you just call it Wadestar? And I was like, that's brilliant. That's a great spaceship name. So anyway, that's where it comes from.
What about the captain?
Oh, well, because I'm a captain of the spaceship.
Oh,
so,
well, right.
Yeah, so I was like, of course, a captain would name his spaceship after himself, because that's the kind of egotistical person he is.
Okay, I got it. That makes sense to me now. See, because it was like a lot of people, they named themselves after like someone famous, not someone famous, but something recognizable. Like obviously, I did Marcus Aurelius. There's another guy out there I've seen called Hadrian. So you got the Roman emperors, definitely, and other people just have cool like names that aren't really names, but are like phrases, like Surreal Beliefs, which by the way I think is probably one of the best YouTube names I've ever heard.
I know, and I like went over a few of those ideas with my friend too, and he's like, yeah, I don't think so. Like, what was it? I can't remember what one of them I came up with was kind of lame, and I'm trying to remember what it was. Like, I don't know, it was something stupid, but yeah. So I just gave up.
If you're wondering what I'm doing gameplay wise, we're just kind of speed running this planet. So we're skipping things. We're not being thorough, but we're looking for a Florin encampment. And if we don't find one, like we just went through a glitch encampment. Normally we'd loot it, but right now we just want to find a Florin encampment. So I'm just kind of powering through. Where'd you go?
Dang, I wish I had a faster matter manipulator here, because I can't quite.
Oh right, you don't have the jump tech.
Yeah, but you know what I do have? I have a lot of dirt. So
you could do that, or you just digging through the dirt's pretty easy too. Even the cobblestone's not that bad.
It's taking me forever.
Another good one is Sabouts, right? Because you hear it, and you think, okay, Sabouts, that's like a name, whatever. I mean, it's not a normal name, but it's a name. But then when you understand that it actually is, it symbolizes serious about strategy, and I'm like, oh, totally, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I know. I like his name too. Yeah, I'm not crazy about Wadestar just because it's like Keemstar, and I don't like associating with anything remotely like YouTube drama.
Oh yeah, gotcha. Speaking about that, Wade, let's take a moment right now to talk, because a few people on my channel in the comments of our Dominions 4 game right now. So right now, Wade and I are arch nemesis in the Dominions 4 game, and I had a viewer who was like, Marcus, it's clear that you hate Wadestar. You know, it's making me uncomfortable. And so let me just announce to everybody that we are cool. Just because our nations and dominions are at war, we are not personally enemies or anything.
Well, yeah, and I mean it's a war game. It's like frustration is a part of the game too. I mean, like, yeah, it's, you know, yeah, I don't know what to say. It's like, but yeah, it's nothing like personal at the end of it. But you know, like I've compared it like I wrestled in high school, you know, and it's like, you know, and people who do like those kind of competitive things, like there's way more like I don't know, confrontational activities people do with each other, but they do it because you know, you get something out of it. So
yeah, I mean, there's that. I mean,
the
game kind of forces you to be a bastard in diplomacy. Because you're trying to survive, you're trying to win. But at the end of the day, I gotta tell you the truth. I mean, for a moment there, I hated the game. But now that it's kind of, and sorry for those of you who are going to watch this before you actually see the episode. I should actually record another episode of that. I think we're about ready for it. But Wade and I are legitimately at war. Like, it's no longer,
we're at each other's throats.
It's no longer Cold War or anything like that. It's legitimate, just straight up war. And personally, I like that better. Because,
dude, I know,
there's no diplomacy, there's no nuance. It's like playing a game of chess.
Yep.
With
I was making a comment similar to that. I think on one of my episodes too, where I was like, this will be so much less stressful. Like, just finally, like, it's like when you're at war, things are so much simpler.
Yeah, you just play out your move tactically, and all of a sudden it's more about intelligence than it is about like intimidation.
Yep. Oh dang! I almost accidentally.
I think I lost you again. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. I just gotta get up this.
Here, why don't I can kind of help here. I can get rid of some dirt for you.
Yours is like buffo fast. Oh, that's great.
There we go.
Oh, I'm starving again. I have not played this game in so long, so I know I warned you before starting, but I'll warn the viewers as well. I am super awful at this game right now. Like,
yeah, it's totally fine. I think in my first episode I announced this isn't really about high-level game. Leave him alone. We don't care about him.
Yeah.
This isn't about high-level gameplay. It's not about, like, I'm making a base, but obviously there's bases on YouTube that are 100 times better than the base that I'm going to make. You might want to heal yourself. And,
yeah,
you know, again, it's just casual. It's just for basically YouTubers to play the game, but also use the game as a means by which they can just chat about stuff. So if the viewers want to see that, then that's what they're getting. If they don't want to see that, then, you know, they could watch somebody else playing Starbound.
Yeah, we watched some of the same, well, probably everybody does, though. Some of the same guys who do, like, Randomized User. I've watched his videos before.
Yeah, him and Fire Spark. Those are the two that pop up to me when they give me recommended videos the most in terms of YouTube Starbounders.
Oh, you know what? I have a brilliant idea. I'm a genius. I'm putting my food in my quick bar.
Okay. You know, I'm a little nervous. I think we're gonna not find any Florins on this planet. We've already found two.
Yeah,
we found a glitch. We found a sewer. I mean, which is weird. Like, I never thought sewers would be in lower level planets like this. I thought they were more like for volcanic and dead planets. But,
you can always try. Well, no, that's right. But see, the thing is even for me, like, if I was playing this single player, trying to do the mission, like the story mission, I'd still have to be doing exactly what I'm doing right now, right? Which is I have to just go to random planets until I find
a Florin encampment. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're underground sometimes too, right? Well, no, they're not.
Well, I mean, they are. Some of them are underground, but you enter them from the surface.
Top. Yeah. Oh, it's the eyeball biome. Can I get up there?
Oh,
yes, I made it.
Oh, okay. I was gonna just. Oh, look at this. Get back.
Oh my god.
It's cool. Again, like my role here is just to soak up damage for you while you loot things because. Oh, geez. Because I have a ton more health, and why not? I'm just trying to give you a leg up. Watch out!
My god!
Watch out for those jump.
God. What the heck was that?
Watch out! Don't get anywhere near them. You can destroy them with your matter modulator or whatever.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay, okay.
Can't,
oh my god! Almost
weapons will not destroy them.
Oh, when I've run out of food? Oh, I see the problem. Well, that's not very clever. I can't. It's like I'll put the food in my hotbar, and then that'll like let me eat the food.
Yeah, you still have to mouse click it.
It only lets me eat one at a time. Oh, the eyeball trees.
Go ahead and cut them down if you want.
I don't want to grow any eyeball trees. I just like looking at them.
I mean, the cool thing about being in someone else's universe is you can take all these resources and materials and it doesn't detract from your universe.
Oh, but man, the universe is so huge.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, oh, the eyeballs, they're like sand, too.
One thing I'm enjoying right now, and by the way, there's a chest right there, so grab that. One thing I'm enjoying is that with this new update, I thought I saw it all, but I've seen a couple things on this planet, like layouts of houses and stuff that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
So I like how I'm seeing new things.
One thing I wish is, because the base building is something I'd really like to get into more, and I think that's what multiplayer is also really good for, is that if you have more than one person working on a architecture, it goes, sorry, I gotta concentrate. It goes like a lot faster. But then it has to be on one person's planet. But
yeah, I mean, unless you set up a server that's independent of anybody, so that anybody can log on to it at any time. Like in this instance, if you were to build a base right now, if we never played again, you'd lose everything that you put together.
Yeah.
So like, that's kind of, they make it really convenient. to multiplay, but at the same time, one person has to kind of store everything. This looks... No, I was going to say this looks kind of Florin, but watch out for the spikes.
Yeah. Oh, God. Come on, there. Oh, all right. We're going to have to do this the hard way.
It's telling me that you have, like, next to no health, so you might want to...
Yeah, I know. This is something that's been going on all day. Like, I haven't... Oh, God. All right. I'm so bad at platforming. I used to be better at this game.
Oh, God. I spent hours looking for a human encampment, and now we just kind of stumble on one.
Yeah. Awesome, man. It's Scooby and the pals.
These are your people, Justin.
Yeah. I found out there's a dangerous outlaw nearby. We have a problem. Have you heard of the outlaw Bullseye Amakek?
Oh, you probably don't want to do. You probably don't want to do a quest, right? Because that'll sidetrack us from.
Yeah. I mean, if it was on the way. I mean, we don't have to complete the quests either. Oh, yeah. What I was saying before is one thing I wish they would do for this game that I would love is if they introduce something like, have you ever played City Skylines?
No.
Oh, so in City Skylines they have a tool where you can in like kind of a sandbox mode lay out like road junctions and stuff like that you want to eventually use in your own city. And so then when you're actually playing the game, as long as you have like the right resources and stuff, they show up in your quick bar, and you can just lay it down in your city on like one click, so you don't have to like redo it every single time.
Ah, I see. So you mean kind of like for the base building portion of the game?
Yeah, like, and as long as you had like the stuff you need in your inventory, then it would build the base, or it would build whatever it was that you selected, like from your quick bar or something. And I mean, I kind of get that maybe undermines the whole like, manual building part, but I'm not that crazy about like having to like dink around with my mouse the whole time and stuff. So
careful.
Oh God, I'm almost dead again.
I think this is where we started, or am I? Yeah, this is where we started. There's the Hilotl. So.
All right.
I'll tell you what. While I go up to my ship, and while I fly to another planet, why don't you fill up your health by resting? I have a tent in here. I thought I did. Maybe I don't.
Let's see. I can't craft a tent either. I have plenty of medkits.
I could use the pixel printer to make a bed of one kind or another. Let's just do a classic bed. Oh, that's fancy. That is really fancy. You're gonna enjoy this. Okay, so I'll go build it over here, and you could. Oh,
okay.
There you are.
Yep.
There you go. So while we're flying to the next planet, you can restore your health. So, yeah, I mean, it's definitely tough to get started. I started from scratch, and again, I had played it before, and it was definitely interesting to kind of get back used to it. We'll try this one. I think it's a better chance than the ocean planet, so we'll try the ice planet. If not, we'll go to another system.
Oh crap! But I need to do something for the ice planet.
No, you don't. It's it's about the star, not the planet, and we're around a temperate star, so you should be safe no matter what we do.
Oh, so that's changed then, hasn't it?
No, I don't think so. It's not technically an ice planet; it's a snow planet.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's starting to come back to me now.
So I'm trying to cook all the different recipes because there's thousands of them, but it takes forever. And I'm also trying to build some really cool fossils, but again, those take forever as well.
Fossils?
Yeah, like if you get down deep into the planet, you can do a little mini game where you dig up fossils, and like some of them, the ones I have on display right now in my base that you can't go to because it's radioactive, those ones are just one-offs where you get the whole fossil at once. But there are other ones that you have to put together 3 different fossils, and there's other ones you have to put together even more. And so I'm trying to put together some of those too. No, I'm sorry, I'm not being very helpful with the...
No, it's okay. I just gotta get used to... I just gotta get good at the platforming. Like, you might hear me in the background, like, mashing my keyboard.
I was gonna say, oh, shit. I hate platforming games, like, in general. But I don't really consider this game platforming. Like I know it is, but I don't consider it like a Castlevania.
No, yeah.
Is platforming.
No, it's not. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like I'm not saying it's a platforming game, but it's just there's like the platforming part of the game is the part that I'm really bad at, and I have to get used to. That and also like the mouse aiming. I like platforming games. I'm just really bad at them.
Yeah.
And I haven't bought a proper controller for my computer either.
Yeah, you'll never see me play a game like that on my channel, just because it's just I've never really enjoyed it.
It depends for me on the game. Like, what was it called? Rogue Legacy was a pretty. I liked that one.
Like one that everybody talks about is a Shovel Knight. That one's supposed to be really good.
Oh, dude, that one's super hard. Like that's a classic, like hardcore platforming game. Like I don't think I would play that one. I wouldn't recommend that one to you.
But I think as I get older, you know, my reflexes are not very good. So that's why I play more slowly paced games like RPGs, you know, strategy games.
Yeah, no, it's kind of the same with me. I think if you play them a lot, like all the time, then it would be different. Like when we were kids, that's all there was. That's all we played.
Yeah, like Mario.
Yeah, I mean, and God, I beat some of these really hard ones too. Like, but even when I was just in college and went back to playing them, like trying them out. Oh, it's penal colony.
We're just gonna rush through it. Don't even ignore the enemies. Just run through them. I'll kill them. The ones that are in front of us. The rest we'll just leave behind because we're already. Damn, what's going on?
Uh-oh.
Careful.
Yeah.
You might want to stay to take the. Oh shoot! I was gonna take that
okay.
health. But yeah,
I tried. I tried. I was too slow.
Stay behind me a healthy distance and just let me kind of take the brunt of the attacks.
I was gonna say like. I remember going back and replaying Mega Man and Mega Man 2. And Mega Man 2 wasn't that hard, but Mega Man was a hella hard game.
The thing about Mega Man, at least that's all I can remember, is that if you knew the order in which you should do the levels, it was a lot easier.
Yeah, but then you get to the Wily stages, and those were hard.
All right, let's jet.
Like there was one level where you had to fight your doppelganger, and before that, there's like the clay man who's like you use electricity on him, but he's a clay man. He teleports parts of himself to the other side of the screen. And that guy was extremely hard, and somehow when I was a kid, like I remember beating it, and then and like I remember I had like an adrenaline rush when I finally beat Mega Man. And then when I got and tried it again later as an adult, I couldn't, like I could beat the base enemies, but then the bosses and stuff, like I just got wrecked. I was like, I can't do this anymore. Too old. It's like much younger than I am now.
That and so, I don't know, like all games are a combination of challenge and story. And the way I like it to be heavy on the story, light on the challenge. And everyone's different, but that's like my personal... Like other people prefer... Like a platforming game, as far as I have seen, is mostly challenge. Very little story.
Yeah. Although, I think strategy games can be too. And especially, I think I like a lot of procedural games, the roguelike type games. But those also, because of the way they are I think, kind of light on story as well. You have exceptions though. Like, I mean, FTL is a roguelike game, but it's got a story.
I didn't want to mess up the dude's house, so I was just gonna build a bridge.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna go through the snow. That's right. Weren't you and BirdieBot looking for a guy like this before?
Yeah, so I'm keeping my eyes open for a chest. I will actually grab the chests in this biome because I want to. I mean, I already have an alpaca in my base, but he has a regular.
Is that what that?
I'm sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, is that what that guy's called?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I have a wooden bed, like a regular wooden bed for him, and I feel bad. I want to get him a stone bed, but that's one of the pieces of furniture that I have not yet located. That you have to find a blueprint. Okay, so we're running into literally everything but Florins.
Yeah. I remember in the...
there's a chest down here. I'll make it easy for you to get by getting rid of the spikes. There you go.
And
Unless if it has alpine furniture, well, too late. But I was gonna say if it has an alpine blueprint, give that to me. But otherwise, it's all yours.
Well, the blueprints we can still give to each other because they're just an inventory item, right?
Yeah. So
like I can drop the blueprint.
That's actually one thing I don't know how to do is how to drop something. I think BirdieBot was trying to tell me, but I forgot.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'd have to be careful. If I did it the normal way, I would just end up using it myself.
Sounds like you might need to eat something.
Yeah.
That's weird that I could hear you beeping. And
yeah,
I don't know what the beeping either. Maybe like a stomach rumbling noise would be good.
I like the beeping.
So you were saying that you would like the game to have a bit more of a like macro system set up for building. What I would like is for them to not change the game, but every, let's say, 6 months to a year, release a content pack that just has more biomes, more enemies, more armor, more everything. Because I think the foundation of the game is solid. Like, the gameplay is solid. If they were just for like 3 or 4 years, like Paradox does with their games, just keep adding new content on top of the foundation they've already built, that would make me happy for years to come.
Yeah, I would agree with that. My thing about the architecture is just I don't do that part of the game because it's too hard and time consuming. Whereas if it did have a design tool, then I would enjoy doing it more, I think.
Sure.
But the other parts of the game, so I don't play the game for that reason, but I play the game because I like the exploration part of it. And I agree. I definitely wish, like, one thing that I miss about this game is they have all these different weapons. Like the weapons are all like kind of procedurally generated, right? Mm-hmm. Like have random stats and stuff, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if it's...
I mean, I've gotten a ton of weapons that all kind of... Yeah, I mean, they look like they have the same names, like the Tech Lackey so-and-so, and... Wait, yeah. We're back to... What was it? Oh, no, this was the Jungle Planet that had the sewer. Wow, a lot of sewers around here.
But,
watch out for that.
I think, like, weapons get randomized with different, like, modifiers and stats and things like that, right? So, there's tons of weapons, but, like, how many types of armor are there by comparison?
You're right, very few. Just basically the ones you build yourself.
Right. And like, the weapons have the, like, the standard kind of rogue, rarity settings. But with the armors, it's kind of like they have it, but not really, because you craft them. You don't, like, find them and stuff. And there's another game. Well, actually, there's a lot of games that do this, but there's another game called... oh, God, what was it called? Oh, damn, now the names escaped me. But basically, the way the game worked is every time you would craft an item, the same way you craft items in this game, there would be a chance of getting common, uncommon, rare, legendary quality out of the item. So it incentivized you to, like, try to craft as many times as possible, because you might get a better version, even though it's the same armor, even though it might be like the scout armor.
Sure.
If you got an epic scout armor, then it might have some, like, random bonuses and stuff. And that would also give, like, an option for, like, a little bit more grinding if you're having a hard time on the game, like I am. Like,
careful, the falls will hurt you more than any of the enemies. I almost just killed myself with the fall, and I have a ton of hit points.
So anyway, that's one thing I would like to see, is just, even if they added, like, a random stat element to armors, the way I feel like they have weapons.
Gotcha.
That would be cool. Then there would be a reason for me to, like, maybe want to try to recraft or keep crafting armor.
Yeah, because, I mean, the thing that will cause you to stop playing this game is you've seen everything, you've done everything, and so you've run out of things to do. So if they were just to keep adding content, in my opinion, that gives you different experiences, even with the same core gameplay, then I think it would have a bit more longevity.
Yeah,
and obviously I think they're doing a little bit of that, because they just released this patch 1.3 with the space stations and all that.
Yeah, and even even for me, even when I felt like, you know, I'd seen all the biomes, the thing that I kept liking about the game was still finding different village setups. You know, like you were talking about the sewers, and then there was like the prison base and stuff. So even little things like that, I find. What is this glow over here? Oh, it's a torch. I see.
Oh, yeah, I accidentally threw a flare.
Like those are things I enjoy too, is just exploring the different villages and cities and things like that. So
I was having kind of
ghost.
An internal question that I'm going to pose to you right now, and it's about gaming ethics. And it goes like this. In this game, it is incredibly difficult to harvest ore, like to farm ore. You have to spend hours of your life going through the planets and harvesting ore. So what a lot of players do, because they enjoy the building, but they don't want to spend hours to get, is they just cheat.
Yeah.
They cheat in the ore. And I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, I'm not doing that right now because I don't want to do anything that might possibly cause the multiplayer to break down, because that's the purpose of this series. But if I was just playing my own single player, you know, some people will be like, oh, it's cheating if you console command in ore. Watch out, this is a steep drop. But at the end of the day, I mean, why would you? Wait, have we come full circle already, or is this a whole different human encampment? I'm so lost.
No, this has got to be the same one.
All right. Well, you know what? Even if you don't find any Florin stuff, at least you got a brand new set of armor and some new weapons out of the deal. So, but okay. So,
go ahead and finish.
Essentially, so it's just, but it's funny because you feel sort of bad about it. You know, you're like, oh god, but at the end of the day, if you just want to build a cool looking base, I mean, why should you have to spend, 3 hours of your real life to go around harvesting ore when you could just push a button and get it? I mean, it's a sandbox, it's a computer game. You know, why not just, I don't know, do what's fun for you? So what do you think about that topic?
Yeah, I think, I don't know, I would agree with anybody who wanted to just cut to the chase and do the building thing, right? And I guess for me it's similar to like a similar reasoning behind like why I want there to just be an architect thing, because it's kind of like, you're talking about spending the hours of time, right? And it's like, I don't want to spend hours of time also just fiddling with my mouse building something. I want to have something, a blueprint saved. And some people might be like, well, it doesn't count unless you do it yourself every single time, or you do it in game. Why are you doing it with a tool? Like, for example, say there was a tool that somebody else made that had that ability that I was using as like a utility or something, like, kind of like that console command.
Yeah.
But yeah,
oh, sorry.
But I also
actually made it harder
point
for
of
you.
view too, like like wanting to do it the way, with the constraints of the game, within the constraints of the game, right? Playing in the spirit of the game, I guess you could say. Whoops, that's snow.
You should be able to make this jump.
Yeah. Sorry, I had my thing open. Should we go back to your ship?
Yeah, I mean, looks like we're not going to get much out of this place.
Nope. I learned how to craft a snow cone and a medium snowball.
Well, that's cool. Snow cones are tasty.
Whoops, I pressed the wrong button again.
All right, so we're going to... Oh, well, you can go to my ship no matter where it is. So I'm not going to find us another temperate star here with another... Here we go, another forest planet we could check out. But you know what, Wade, we should probably call this episode an end, because we're at 30 minutes, and then we can come back for episode number 2. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I'm Marcus Aurelius, this is Wadestar, and we are basically just not achieving much of anything in Starbound.
Nope.
But hopefully we will in the next episode, so thanks for watching.
Alright, see you. Bye-bye.